I'm Zara, and welcome to Reset, the Mindset Makeover Show, giving you the tools you need to elevate your life, career, and income, all on your own terms. If you haven't already, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so you don't miss a single episode of Reset. This week on Reset, we're starting our series on the ultimate deep clean, tools to declutter your life and remove distractions. What are some things in your life that you've been putting off that you haven't cleaned up? Not specifically your house, but clearing out clutter to make space for the things you want to focus on is essential for accomplishing your goals. Let's be honest, real life is the culprit of many people not achieving their goals. And within that, so many different factors play a role. We took a cue from the KonMari method and broke down our life declutter strategies into a few key categories: goals, home, social and inbox, financial, and wellness. Over the next few episodes, we'll dive into each category and explore strategies to clean up your life. Up first, goals. This might seem strange to some people, but it's an essential first step. Defining your goals will help you to prioritize what needs to be cleaned up. In this episode, we'll walk you through how we define our goals using our easy template. We typically stick to 2 to 3 goals and then define benchmarks along the way to help us towards achieving them. What we found is that when you set too many goals, especially if you want to achieve them all at the same time, often you end up not only not achieving them, but also not necessarily holding yourself accountable because it was never really achievable in the first place. This is the main reason why we stick to a few key goals that we want to focus on. Now let's get to the goals. If you haven't already done so, click on the link in our bio to download our goals worksheet. Our goals always start with defining our values. As you complete this section, ask yourself a few questions. Keep in mind there may be additional questions you want to ask yourself, so feel free to use the space to expand your ideas on this. The goal is really for you to define what are the things that are important to you. If you could only achieve or have 2 things in the world, what would they be? If you could only choose 1 or 2 things to care about, what would they be? When are you the most at peace? What are the things that bring you the most joy? What are things that you wish you could change? What are the things that actually make you the most angry or upset or frustrated? All of these types of questions will help you to more clearly and effectively define the things that you value and that are important to you. Now that you've defined your values, let's jump into the goals. One of our values is balance. And for that reason, we split our goals into categories. For instance, you can have personal, professional, financial as categories, and then define your goals within them. Based on your values, how will you define your categories? Now that you've defined your values, you've identified your categories, it's finally time to set your goals. This worksheet, we originally intended to set 0 to 12-month goals. So really honing in and focusing on what you want to accomplish in the next year. Now, that being said, based on your values, there might be some things that are more long-term. So what we'd say is, I would certainly set yourself up for a 0 to 12-month goal, but feel free to set another goal that may be more long-term. These goals and the prompt questions below them are really designed to ensure that you identify the benchmarks along the way to achieving them, regardless of the time frame that you set. As you define your goals, we do encourage you to keep a few things in mind. First and foremost is that goals should really encourage you to push yourself beyond where you are today. Meaning, while we do emphasize the importance of SMART goals, we do believe that it's important that those SMART goals push you a bit. And that's all about giving yourself room for growth and also encouraging you to really push towards accomplishing whatever your dreams are and not limiting yourself on what you know today. So when I mention SMART goals, some people may be familiar and some might not. SMART is an acronym that stands for specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. Comment below if you'd like us to dive more specifically into what this means and how it impacts how you define goals, and we will be sure to do a follow-up video to help guide you along this process. Additionally, the worksheet's prompts will help to ensure that you build goals around these measures, but also help to ensure that as you're building goals, they stay true to your values. The last two sections of the template are designed for you to start considering what resources are needed to accomplish your goals and how you can gain access to them. We list a few categories in the sheet, but feel free to add more if there are other categories that are more applicable to your goals. If you need an idea of what types of resources might be relevant, pause the video here to review some examples. Finally, the last section is space for you to brainstorm possible tools to improve your resources. All right, now it's time to put pen to paper. If you haven't done so already, click the link in our bio to download our goals template, and we'll see you in the next episode for part 2 of the ultimate deep clean. Until then, comment below, what do you want to clean up? I'm Zara, and thank you for watching Reset, the Mindset Makeover Show. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and we'll see you in the next episode.